Folks, this is Randy Ritchie, sponsored by Premier Pro Wrestling, and this is Women Wrestlers You Should Know, and I would imagine that more Americans know than you think would know the woman we are absolutely honoring today, Sherri Martel. You might know her as Scary Sherri, Queen Sherri, Sensational Sherri. She used to manage Macho Man Randy Savage. She used to manage the sexy boy Shawn Michaels. She used to manage Buddy Rose and Doug Summers. And she used to manage Harlem Heat. Some of the things that she did in her short stint with WCW with Robert Fuller were some of the most entertaining vignettes or storylines in the history of pro wrestling, man. Sherri Martel was one tough woman, one determined woman. She broke into an industry under fabulous moolah, and all you got to do is go and see the dark side of the ring, and fabulous moolah is not a woman that we're going to be honoring this month, because of all the darkness there. That being said, the internet wrestling community should be ashamed of itself, because all they're looking for, it seems to me anyway, in regards to Sensational Sherri, is the party girl reputation, the fact that she died of an overdose, and quote unquote, other drugs were found in her system, and she was divorced twice in the same breath. Now, you can't, one has to stop and wonder if Sherri Martel was a man, if these things would be so prominent, because I did a lot of searching on Wikipedia, and I haven't seen those things highlighted like I did with poor Sherri. I want boys, girls, men, women, they, to just stop for a minute and consider the fact that she was the only girl in the locker room in an all-male industry except for her. Yes, there were other women around, but the one woman that comes to mind is Miss Elizabeth, and Randy Savage kept her away from the boys. Sherri had to develop one hell of a thick skin to not just exist with those guys, but to be part of so many important, pivotal moments in the sport and actually thrive. Can you imagine how hard she had to work to earn the respect of her peers, which were 99.9% male? Sherri Martel and Luna Vachon had some of the most compelling, believable matches in the history of the sport, and they are two girls that are absolute pioneers that should be revered, not remembered for just the bad stuff. And the bad stuff, let's go ahead and look at that. Shaming someone for being an addict and an alcoholic is not cool. Yes, it comes with the territory. Being an alcoholic and addict, I know that. But when these women pass, especially Sherri, where it seems to be glorified even more, it just shouldn't be. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2006 for World Wrestling Entertainment by Ted DiBiase, in which she also managed the $1 Million Man. Just stop and think for a second, if you will, how many moments that Sherri's been involved with in the wrestling industry. And she didn't just go out there and manage. She took as many bumps as Bobby Heenan did, and probably more than Jimmy Hart. I loved Sherri. I actually had a crush on Sherri, but my kind of crush doesn't come with sending a dick pic. I used to see Sherri and be very well aware of what was going on around us. I watched it. I saw it. And I used to even bring her flowers once in a while, just out of the blue for no reason and no follow-up with, hey, how you doing? Just because I had so much respect for the woman. You know, yes, she had the affliction and she battled the disease just like many people and many predominant entertainers in any entertainment industry. So that being said, Godspeed Sherri Martel, and let's try to be a little bit more of this actual quote-unquote woke and remember the facts, and also, again, the impact that this pioneer in a man's sport, this is a woman wrestler you should know, respect, and love. And she is loved and respected by many. I don't mean to come off like a-hole here, but sometimes this stuff just gets to me, especially when you know the person and actually adore said person from afar. Okay, folks, again, this is Women Wrestlers You Should Know, commemorating Women's History Month, March 2023. Please note, this is being brought to you without any ads or commercials, so please like, subscribe, and support Premier Pro Wrestling at the links below.